Hi, how are you? It's Trapstein here, and welcome back to our adventures with Elsent the Worgen Hunter. Today we are in Stormwind. I did a little bit of skin farming out in the wetlands. I'll show you guys where I was. I think the wetlands are just up here, aren't they? There they are. We were just up here, and we were slaying some dragonkin from the black dragonflight. There's like a constant spawn of them attacking orcs in this zone here. And we got a bunch of skins, so I'm going to be leveling up leatherworking today. And we also got pretty damn lucky, guys. We got a dark whelpling, and supposedly this is worth like 5,500 gold. It's an insane amount of gold, and if we get this, we will be able to afford epic flying, so that would be amazing. So it looks like we're undercutting at 4K. So we'll do that. Hopefully we can sell it. That was awesome that we got that drop. And yeah, that gold would be amazing. Looking forward to that selling, hopefully, for around that price. But we'll see if it sells. It is a pet, you know. Not everybody's really collecting pets in Cataclysm, but maybe some of them are. So yeah, let's head over to... I guess we'll head over to Old Town. And we're going to level up skinning. I got skinning to 240. So we need to level that up. And we're going to get leatherworking probably to 150 today. See if we can get it any higher than that. But it's quite the grind to level leatherworking, guys. You have to slay quite a bit of mobs. It's a lot of skinning. More than you would expect. So I'm probably going to do a lot of that offline. I don't know if you guys want to see me doing skinning farms. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But all I did there is I just slayed the dragonkin in the wetlands for over an hour.
Light bless you.
All right, so here's where the trainer is.
Can I help you?
Let's get our artisan skinner. There we go.
Safe
now that should bring it up to, I believe, 300. 315. Okay, so there we go. Once we get up there, I think we're good for TBC.
Greetings.
And I think
See you around.
we need to keep making these embossed leather gloves. One thing I learned is that we can actually sell these and make coin off of them. I wonder if there's a mailbox around here, because that's something I might do. I might just send these to there's one right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send these to my DK, and he can sell all these gloves that we craft, so I don't have to keep going to the auction house. All right, so we need to get coarse thread. I think I left some in the bank. It's all good though. We'll just buy more. It's not a big deal. How much I can get? Stacks of 20. So we got 50 here. I think 50 should be good. I should have brought the coarse thread with me. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, we're just gonna chill and make some gloves, guys. Suppose we got to do this until 100. We have a lot of light leather. And then after this, we're going to make a fine leather belt. We're going to make 25 of those. And yeah, I don't know if you guys want to see the leatherworking leveling. Not too sure if you're interested in it. I'm just following a guide from wowprofessions.com. That's what I usually do when I level up a profession. One thing you got to make sure you do, though, you got to make sure you type in the expansion you want to level up, because it's actually quite different from expansion to expansion. Okay, so there we go. We made our embossed leather gloves.
Hey there.
And the next thing we want is the belt. The fine leather belt. There it is. And we'll make, I guess, the rest of these, 7 of these. I'll have to get some more. So yeah, what happened here is our bags are full of these gloves. And they sell, guys. People buy them. So since people buy them, I'm going to sell them. Well, I'm not going to sell them. Trapbox is. Yeah, I'm surprised people buy them. But I put them up on the AH and a bunch of people bought them. And you don't really get your money back. Like, it's you would make more just selling the light leather, but you know, you make a little bit of coin back. So I think selling them is worth it, in my opinion. Right, so let's make some more of these, guys. I have to buy some more coarse thread. Like 34 more after this. And then after that, we're going to make some dark leather boots. See how far we can go today. I did get a decent amount of medium leather, so that's good. That's the next leather we will be using. I hope you guys are doing well today. Doing pretty good.
Be careful.
Fixed my toilet, so that's always a good thing. That's the worst thing to have not working is a toilet, because like you feel like you're in a race against the clock. Like if you have to go to the washroom, like take a crap, you're in trouble. You don't want to be pooing in a bucket, you know what I mean, or in a ditch outside. That really sucks. All right, so we're running out of light leather here. But we'll have enough, just enough. So I farmed just enough light leather for this. And now we're going to be moving into medium leather. But before we do that, I'm going to send all these belts over. Let's see what they got. 2 stamina belts. I think those will sell. Getting a little bit of stamina on a leather belt. I think, you know, boomkins would want that. Ferals, rogues, hunters. So we'll send these to Trapbox. Trapbox is going to have quite a bit of stuff to sell. And he's getting close to 1,000 gold from all the stuff we've been selling. So we're slowly getting to 3K total. I always like that mount. Helicopter, the engineer helicopter.
Can I help you?
It's I think it's like one of my favorite flying mounts in TBC.
Have a good one.
Hey there. See you around.
Okay, so now we're gonna make dark leather boots. Have we unlocked those yet? Yeah, right there. And they got 5 agi. Those are nice boots. Those will sell.
Be careful.
I wonder if they factor that into the guide. Like, do they think about if the item will sell or not? Because it is good to craft items that'll actually sell. So we need 50 coarse thread. Or, you know, we need fine thread. 40 fine thread. So we'll get that. And then we need some dye. Some gray dye. We need 20 gray dye. We're only... What the heck? I guess it can only... you can only get stacks of 10 here. There we go.
Have a good one.
All right, so let's make these. We got to make 20. Start using this medium leather stash. And we'll actually get to level up our leatherworking here. I think we'll get it past 150 today. We'll try to burn out all of this medium leather we got. A stack of medium leather is 66 gold right now. So it's not cheap to level up leather working at all. But I guess if you sell these boots are going for 4 gold each. You know, you make the boots, you sell them. That does bring down the cost of leveling up this profession by quite a bit. But I could imagine a lot of people, they just are too lazy to sell them. And they just vendor the items. And this is supposedly going to bring us to 135, but it actually brought us over 135. We're going to get to like 139 here. And now we can get expert leather working. And the next thing we want to craft is dark leather pants. 8 agi pants. Yeah, great pants. Like, I would buy those pants
For the Alliance.
off the auction house. And it's more gray dye, more fine thread.
Need help?
25 fine thread. So yeah, we're gonna make some coin off of this, which is great. Which means, like, you could buy some of this. Like, if I get sick of farming it, I could just buy, some of it back. I could just buy the leathers that I don't care to farm. Okay, so there we go. We'll make a... So yeah, we don't have enough. This is where we're going to burn out all of our medium leather here. Look how long it takes to craft these pants. It's almost like a Hearthstone cast. But after this, guys, I'm going to hearth to good old Western Plaguelands. We'll do some quests. See how the farmers are doing. See how the Argent Crusade's doing. The Cenarian Circle. Help them heal the land. But yeah, we're going to burn through all this medium leather. So we need to farm more medium leather. I wonder where's a good medium leather place to farm. I wonder if the Plaguelands would be considered a good place for medium leather. I remember we got a lot in Stranglethorn Vale. Quite a bit, actually. Another way we could level is just by getting leathers, right? Like, if I catch up my leather working, we could just slay mobs, instead of doing quests. And get leathers at the same time. Alright, so there we go. We got to 152, 153 here. Not too bad.
See you around.
And then once we get to 155, we get into heavy hide. So we're pretty close to being done with the medium leather. So let's should I just send this all to Trapbox? There's 007. That's my rogue, my hardcore rogue that got to 60. And he's actually in Cataclysm. I just haven't really touched him. He's on Bloodsail Buccaneers. That was a popular hardcore server. I don't know if people still play on it. And I think I'll just send all this to Trapbox. I don't want to compete with myself and undercut myself on the auction house, so I'm just going to give this all to him. Because that would end up happening if I did that. Maybe we'll sell one. We'll sell one pair of boots. I'm going to head over. I'm not going to mail him one pair of boots. Even though it doesn't really matter. But this is what we got left. So we got a decent amount of heavy leather. A little bit of light leather left. So we'll sell the light leather. because we don't need it anymore. And it looks like these black whelp scales nobody really uses either. It's getting quite a few of those as well. But maybe I'll put a few of those up on the auction house, or I'll throw them in the bank. But yeah, Trap Box is loaded with with gear to sell. And we should make maybe like a couple hundred gold from all that. Let's head over to the bank here.
You need something?
Gonna drop off some stuff. I should have brought this course thread with me, but I forgot. Drop off all these leathers. Sell that. Sell these boots. Everything else we'll hold on
Have a
to.
good one.
Did level up first aid. Got that to 201. Maybe I should actually see if we can upgrade that. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I'll wait. All right, so let's post this. 5 gold for dark leather boots. And this leather's not cheap. What a ripoff. 3 gold for light leather. So happy I farmed that. Not worth buying it at that price. If you guys want to know how much light leather we used 380 light leather. So it's quite a bit. It's like close. We spent over 1,000. We would have spent over 1,000 gold on light leather if we, decided to purchase it all from the auction house. So I'm happy we didn't do that. I assume medium leather is worth even more. But yeah, leather. If you're a leather farmer, man, you can make bank on this server. And such a farming, skinning is such a botter's way of making money too. Because botters, usually they're like either fishing or they're skinning. And they're slaying mobs that have like pretty good drops, like that whelp, and they make tons of gold that way. And they got like a bunch of accounts just going off. So yeah, it looks like we're getting mostly heavy leather here. And the good thing is we're leveling up our skinning while we're here now, so that's good. Kind of motivates me to farm these mobs a bit more. But I think we're going to get more quests to slay some more of these mobs, so I'm going to head up here and we'll check out the quests. Maybe we'll head over here and see these level 40 quests with Lang, Loose Grip, and Tessarian. The thing is, I thought we completed all of those quests. I'm just going to head over here and see if they're there. The thing about Questie is sometimes they show you future quests that you haven't unlocked yet. We'll see if we've unlocked these. But I think we've already completed the battle for Anderhall. Yeah, see, they don't really have any quests for us to complete at the moment, or just to start. So I guess we're going to have to continue our journey with the Cenarian Circle and the Argent Crusade. And yeah, I checked out the story of Dragonflight because I didn't really play it. Whenever I want to catch up on the story of WoW, I check out Nobble. Recommend him. He's great at talking about lore and stuff like that. Tons of great videos. He's been making videos for a long time now. And it was a decent story. It seems like the aspects are all together again. I don't want to ruin it for everybody. I recommend just watching the video. But it's not too bad. I wouldn't say Dragonflight has a real special story. didn't captivate me that much. It seemed like it was more of like a story that led us that's leading into the War Within and the future of the World of Warcraft.
What brings you here?
All right, so here we go. Zenkiki the Druid.
May the eternal
I am
sun
Adrian
shine
Towhide, a druid of the Cenarian Circle. You can thank us for healing this land, where once there was only death. We accept all who choose to follow the druidic path, regardless of race, faction, or talent. Occasionally, that means we enlist a druid who needs more help than others. I'd like you to meet Zenkiki. He's pretty new, and he's still learning the craft. Would you mind taking him out with you for a while? You can practice combat on the plagued animals that roam by.
Ancestors watch over you.
Okay. There he is, Zenkiki. It's a new druid. And yeah, I believe Cataclysm, that's when you can actually start playing troll druids.
All right then.
Troll druids are awesome. I ain't saying you a gourd digger. Worgen, I'm glad someone is here to help me out. We Cenarian druids have recultivated Dulcin's farm immediately behind me. The land has flourished, and our crops have been successful mostly. A few plants seem to still be infected by the plague that ran through this land. Perhaps their roots were too deep. Perhaps the seeds were weak. I cannot say. All I can say is that I need an able hunter like you to help me remove the bad plants from the good ones.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. All right. But yeah, troll druids are awesome. They have berserking. I think it's like one of the best PvE racials in the game. It just gives you a bunch of haste. My druid on retail is a troll. Actually, race changed him to be a troll. He was a tauren. And I have thought about doing that on flag carrier, but I just can't. Because it just, I don't know, flag carrier just wouldn't be flag carrier anymore if he became a troll. But yeah, trolls are they're the best druids in my opinion. I don't really like the male trolls though. I prefer the female ones. I think their aesthetic is just better. So where's Dirt Bright Falcon?
What's on your mind?
World is in from Anderhall Elsent. The battle has resumed. It has become somewhat well known among the Alliance forces that you are a hero of the first battle of Anderhall. Sarian has requested your presence immediately.
See you soon.
Okay, so there we go. We have quite a few quests to complete here. Let's deal with these disease wolves. We'll get some skins from them as well. And let's see how this druid does. Looks like he does a little bit of damage. I think we'll go with aspect of the cheetah. A trap down here. Get that lock and load proc. Really enjoying playing survival. It's a lot of fun. On Trap and Trav in Classic, I played Beast Mastery, so it's cool switching it up, checking out another spec. Seems like I use a lot more traps as a survival druid. Oh, he's a boomkin. Shapeshift. Get ready for the moonfire. Oh, there he is. Oh, it burns. Ouch. He's moonfiring himself. Goofy troll, man. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the 3 retail expansions, War Within, Midnight, and The Last Titan. It's cool that the Titans are coming back. The Titan expansions that have Titans in them are usually pretty damn awesome. And Legion was one of those. Legion was a great expansion. I know I've said that many times, but it kind of saved WoW for a bit. Bought WoW some time for Classic to come out. But after a few years, people kind of got sick of the constant dailies and homework you had to do every day in the game. After, I'd say, Battle for Azeroth really burned people out, including myself. So what do we need? We need more bears. Let's look for some more bears, guys. Yeah, I think retail's just going in the right direction. What I think will happen, what I hope happens with World of Warcraft in the next, I guess, 3 to 5 years, is they keep, they keep doing what they're doing with retail and listening to the community, like they pretty much have been for the last few years, I would say. I'm not too sure how people think retail is, like that actually play it, but the addition of talent trees and taking away like the constant grinding that was in, Legion and Battle for Azeroth has I started to like the game more. I think it's much better than it used to be. So if they keep doing that, and then eventually the Classic community starts I would say listening to the community, but what I would want the Classic community to do is sort of just give up on these season things. Like Season of Mastery, Season of Discovery. And just give us a fresh TBC server, a fresh vanilla server, and a fresh Wrath of the Lich King server. I think that would be amazing. Because I think Classic should really just focus on those 3 expansions, in my opinion. But what I think will probably happen is we're going to see Mist of Pandaria Classic. We'll probably see more seasons of Discovery or stuff like that. And we'll probably see Warlords of Draenor Classic. I don't mind. WoD was actually like a cool expansion. The story was cool. The leveling was good. The raids were good. I liked the dungeons as well. It's just the world was dead because everybody was just hanging out in garrisons the whole time, which was World of Warcraft's version of player housing. And I think if they made some changes to WoD, maybe got rid of garrisons, it would be so cool to see what Warlord of Draenor would be like without garrisons. Like if they made it more like Legion, I think it would be a really cool expansion. Like if they added Mythic Plus and world quests. I know people don't really like that stuff as much anymore because it's very it's a lot of grinding, but if they added that to the game, it would be so much better than garrisons and all that crap. And it would be interesting to play WoD like that. I think people would not consider it to be the worst expansion ever in WoW if they took out garrisons and added a few more game modes that they already had, or they already have currently in the game. And they kind of do that with They did that with Wrath of the Lich King with, you know, the Gamma, Beta, Alpha dungeons. They try to add like retail-y type stuff. And they're doing that in Season Discovery, and I don't really like that. Like, Season Discovery really has a retail vibe to it, and that's just not what I think vanilla should have at all. And to be honest, they shouldn't even touch vanilla. Vanilla's just good. You don't have to. They don't have to do really anything to it. I guess you could try to make world buffs a little easier to get, which is fine. You know, so you can't get, or just try to remove the griefing, which they did with the chromie. You got like some chromie item, and you could store your world buffs, so they couldn't be dispelled. And I didn't really mind like having to hide, and like having to log off right away when you get your world buffs. But it is kind of lame. Like, you can't even play your character after you get world buffs because you're afraid that some griefer's gonna come and just dispel all your world buffs, or you get ganked by some people. It really does suck. So if they just added that, then I'd be fine with the game. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And the same thing happened with StarCraft. Like, the WoW team, not the WoW team, the Blizzard went to South Korea, because that's like where StarCraft is the most popular, and most of the pros are from South Korea. And they went to South Korea and they asked like a bunch of like pro players, like top players in Brood War. And they asked them if they wanted them to do any updates to the game, and they were like, no, because they were afraid that they would ruin the game, and then they wouldn't like fix it. And they were smart to do that. They just said, just keep it the same patch, and that's it. Just update the graphics and keep the ladder going and all that stuff. And that was such a smart decision by them, because you don't really need to change anything about Brood War. Brood War is awesome, man. So that was a smart decision by those players. And that's how I look at Classic. Oh, what the heck? Oh my gosh, we were killed by Deathwing. What the heck, dude? That had to be Deathwing. What was that? Let's see. I'm taking a screenshot of this. This is the screenshot. This is going to be the screenshot for this episode. What the heck was that? So, you know, I never really leveled in the world in Cataclysm. I just did dungeons. Like, I didn't get killed by Deathwing. Yeah, I don't think I ever died by Deathwing. That was Deathwing. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, we got wrecked. Deathwing just wrecked the whole place. Look at this place. We just got... It's like hell. And it's kind of sad that people, like, some people didn't even get, like, experience this stuff, because they were just like, you know what, I just want to... Because in Cataclysm in like 2010 plus, that's when gamers started to become like very efficient. Like, it's all about speed, and it's all about getting to end game as fast as you can, getting gear as fast as you can, stuff like that. Like, I probably don't have this achievement on my retail character. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. And I played a lot of Cataclysm. Like, a lot. And I did die to Deathwing, because I did the raid, right? I did Dragon Soul and I killed him, but I don't think you get that achievement from that, the Standing in Fire one. That was so cool, man. That's kind of how it would feel to die. Oh, you don't really feel anything. It's just like you're talking and boom. You know what I mean? Like if you got attacked like that. It's almost like when you take a shot at the doctor and the doctor's like, yeah, talking to you about something, and then the shot goes in, you don't even know what happens. Like, we can't even go and turn the quest in because it's all fire. What the heck? He just destroyed Dulcin's farm. The Cenarian Circle is gone, guys. They completely got wrecked by Deathwing. So does this ever go away? I don't know if this goes away. There's just fire all over the place. It's kind of cool here. Stand on this log. So we can't even turn in the quest. It's kind of like griefing us. We got griefed by Deathwing. I used to troll back in Cataclysm. There's Cataclysm pre-patch. Me and my buddy, he played a mage. And he made portals. I played a rogue. And in Dalaran, in Cataclysm, like once the pre-patch came out, they got rid of all of the portals in Dal. So people were like, where the heck are the portals? And the only one that was available was Orgrimmar. And there was a way you could bug out the Orgrimmar portal and make it not work by getting a mage. And the mage would put an Orgrimmar portal over it. And they would click on the portal. And they'd be like, why the heck isn't this working? And the reason why it's not working is because, you know, you're not in the party with the person that has the Orgrimmar portal. So pretty much my buddy's mage Orgrimmar portal was overriding. The Dalaran Orgrimmar portal. And he would put it up there and we would say like Deathwing has come and he's destroyed the portals in Orgrimmar. And then my buddy would sell portals to people. And then somebody like knew what we were doing and they reported us and we had to stop. But it was just a funny way to make gold for a little bit. We made like probably 20 gold, not much. But I was a kid back then. It's my pet. Oh yeah, our pet died. We have to res him. Got wrecked by the fire. Okay, good. The fire's gone. It doesn't stay forever. And I will do, I know I've said this a bunch of times, but I will do doing dungeons, guys, once we get to TVC. And Wrath of the Lich King. I'll try to do as many dungeons as I can. We'll still do maybe a few more dungeons when we, before we get to 60. Do we still need to farm these pumpkins? We just need rotten apples. Okay. This guy's an apple. An apple wraith. Should put a trap down. Before we summon this guy. There we go. Alright, so what else do we need? 5 bad corn removed. The zombies. Corn zombies. So I guess that's what happened, eh? The undead, they just disappeared and turned themselves into fruits and vegetables. The scourge. I wonder what the heck that's all about. Like, it. Alright, so there we go. It's a good chunk of quests right there. And we got our leather working to 153. That's where I thought we would get it. Still have to try to get it another 150 levels before we go to TVC. I think we'll be able to do that, though. We'll do a little bit. Make sure we do as much skinning as we can do. Yeah, that was fun. It's cool like that we got attacked by Deathwing there.
Paying customers only.
Thank you for your help, Elcent. I know that picking vegetables isn't the most heroic task imaginable, but even the humblest tasks have their rewards.
Always a pleasure. You wish to speak?
Yeah, Zenkiki. Oh yeah, Zenkiki got wrecked. He got wrecked by Deathwing too. It looks like Zenkiki is still having a little bit of trouble with his shapeshifting.
Walk with me.
There we go. He leveled up. Nice.
Ancestors watch over you.
Let's see what we got here. We got resourcefulness, reduces the cooldown of all traps and Black Arrow by 2 seconds. That sounds good. Mirrored blades. When attacked by a spell while in deterrence, you have a 50% chance to reflect it back at the attacker. That sounds really good for PvP. And then we have TNT. When you deal periodic damage with your immolation trap, explosive trap, or Black Arrow, you have a 10% chance to trigger a lock and load. That sounds pretty good. More ways to get lock and load sounds good. So we're going to take that. And lock and load just allows us to pretty much spam explosive shot. You get like 2 free explosive shots.
The Legion will fall.
May the light embrace you. Once the animals are healed, our duties here will be
Good
nearly
health,
complete.
long life.
This will be more than enough, Elcent. Now I will need some time to perform my studies. Okay, so we got a back piece here. 3 agi, 5 stamina, improves hit rating by 4. It's called the Forest Green Cloak.
Remember
So it looks like we are going to get a new cloak, guys. I'll need some time to study these samples, Elcent. I will speak to you again when I have completed my analysis. All right, guys. Well, there we go. We did some quests here for the Cenarian Circle. And next episode, I guess we'll pick up the rest of the quests here. Maybe we'll head down here and check out the Battle of Anderhall. Looks like it's going to be resuming. But that is going to be the end of today's episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.